Dragon. Fly. Dragonfly.
Hey, taking shots like a GoPro. Think of my GoPro. Bro, you moving too slow. Think of my say so. Hey, now I'm fast like Midsole. Moving real flash, you think I'm insane. 240 on the spot, 1K on the dot. Now they're begging me to stop. No, taking shots like a GoPro. Think of my GoPro. Bro, you moving too slow. Think of my say so. Hey, now I'm fast like Midsole. Moving real flash, you think I'm insane. 240 on the spot, 1K on the dot. Now they're begging me to stop. No.
Hey guys, what's going on? Today we have my review of the Nike Dragonfly, and yeah, let's get right into it. So yeah, let's talk a bit about the Dragonflies themselves before we look at the shoe, the upper, the midsole, and the outsole. So as we know, World Athletics, or the IAAF, actually put a limit as to how high a shoe stack height could be when racing the distance events on the track, from the 1500 all the way up to the 10K. So yeah, basically what the rule states is that no shoe above 25mm could be used on the track. So that includes the Alphafly, the Vaporfly, the Endorphin Pro, and lots of other carbon plated races. So Nike had to do something, obviously, because their athletes were all using the Vaporfly or the Alphafly, and it's pretty popular as a shoe. They created the Dragonfly. Basically, it's a shoe, or a spike rather, with a plate, but it has the revolutionary ZoomX foam on either side of the plate, making the shoe super responsive and also super cushioned. Obviously, people didn't know what to think about it, as normally spikes are super responsive and super rigid. Well, as we know, Chapter Guy broke the 5 and 10K world record in the shoe, so I can pretty confidently say the shoes are pretty powerful. So let's get a look right into the shoes now. So yeah guys, the Nike ZoomX Dragonfly released I think in August or September, and I was pretty excited to cop them. So right out the box you get this nice Nike spike bag, which says Nike Track and Field, and then just has a big Nike swoosh on the other side. That's a super nice touch and an update from the old Nike racing bags that we've had in the past. Then obviously you get the spikes. So yeah, you get the shoes, and then you get 6 spikes per shoe. They're kind of rainbowy on them. I'll do a little close up for you guys to see that, but that's pretty cool. So that's what you get in the box, so let's move on to the upper. Firstly though, before we get to look at the shoe, I think it's important to know about sizing. If you've never worn spikes before, I recommend going a half size up, because in my first pair of spikes, I definitely did not fit well in them. I went to my true to size 11.5, and yeah, it gave me a bit of a problem right in the arch of my foot, as well as like the ball of my foot. It felt like it was scrunching it up, and yeah, definitely gave me a bit of pain. Had to kind of take a week off because of it. So starting with the upper, it's made of just it's kind of just a normal mesh upper. It's pretty breathable. As you can see, there are a lot of holes in it, and it has a Nike signature hole in the back for Achilles Comfort, so that's good if you do have any Achilles problems. Nike's put that there so that you guys don't get hurt. Also on the upper we get a very nice set of laces. These ones do not come undone because of the way they're designed. They're designed in a way that just makes sure that they don't come undone. Also on the inside of the shoe you get a cheeky little Easter egg, as I would call it, of, yeah, basically there's a dragonfly printed on the inside of the tongue, which is also really cool, and it's a nice little nod to the actual name of the shoe. But yeah, let's move on right to the midsole. So yeah guys, the Dragonfly, obviously, as I told you, has a Nike ZoomX midsole, and that's basically Nike's most powerful energy returning foam, which returns more than 85% of the energy you put in, which is more than any other foam currently on the market. The plate helps you to keep springing forward into your stride, while the ZoomX keeps you cushioned, and it also returns back the energy. So it's kind of, they work together to give you that really repulsive feeling, just like a Next Percent, but imagine it being more responsive and maybe a bit less. So imagine a Next Percent, but less springy, or maybe less cushioned. Basically, what I'm saying is you could really feel the track in these shoes, which is something I really like. I don't like feeling like I'm flying way high off the ground. You know, I like making sure that my feet are planted into the ground and knowing when that actually happens, which is something I don't feel in the Next Percent, but I definitely feel in these Dragonflies. Finally, onto the outsole, or maybe one of my favorite parts of the shoe. As you can see, it's a multicolored outsole with pink on one side and blue on the other. So yeah, we can start basically by looking at each of the spikes. So there are 6 spikes and they're classic 1/4 inch track spikes, I think. And there's also a little bit of this grippy kind of shark skin style plastic of the plate up here. That also helps with grip, especially if you've taken the spikes out for some reason or another. It just helps to grip the track when the spikes are not digging in. Also on the back there's a shark skin like plate, which is just in the heel. So if you heel strike, that definitely helps you out. But yeah, both of the shoes have definitely been beaten up. So I think the shoes are best used for, obviously, races on the track. But what distance? Well, I think definitely the 3K and up. I think the shoes would definitely be pretty powerful for that distance and up. I feel like it's a bit hard to get super fast through a 1500 in these. I mean, I haven't run a 1500 in them, so I'd actually have to try and see how I go in that. But I think a 3K all the way up to 10 in these would be absolutely great, just because of how cushioned they are and how responsive they are. So yeah, last week I did a track session in these and I found them to be superb, especially when working with different distances. So it was 1600, 1K, 1K, and then 200, 200. So not a high volume session, but definitely the intensity of the reps was pretty high. The shoe was responsive and it kept me going throughout the whole session. I didn't feel too tired and I did not feel sore the day after, which is something I normally feel with in spikes, but didn't happen on that day, so I'm really pleased with the Dragonfly. If you're looking for a shoe that is going to last you a decent amount of time, one that is responsive, a superb racer, but also something that keeps it comfy on the track and is also a spike, then the ZoomX Dragonfly is definitely for you. So yeah, that was the Nike ZoomX Dragonfly and my thoughts on it. Now what do you guys think of it? Leave a comment in the comment section below if you've tried out this shoe, and one word to describe it. For me, that word would definitely be cushioned.